I learn iPrism, the administrative tutorials, system settings, network ID. We'll start off by explaining the purpose of the network ID screen, taking a close look at each of the settings found in this screen. Let's get started. Like any server on the network, the iPrism requires a series of basic network settings to ensure communications to both intranet and internet hosts. In the installation wizard, the network settings are initially established. Any additional modifications and advanced settings are made in the System Settings Network ID pages. Let's review each of the critical fields found on these pages, starting with the identity of the iPrism. This field represents the fully qualified domain name of the iPrism, with the domain portion matching your enterprise's directory services intranet domain settings. The host name portion represents the iPrism's host name, and may need to have a matching A record or host name created in the internal DNS servers. The mode setting represents the physical installation of the iPrism. Clicking the down arrow lists both proxy and bridge mode. In proxy mode, only the internal interface is connected to your network. In transparent bridge mode, both the internal and external interfaces are connected to the network, with all traffic passing through the iPrism. This is the recommended final installation configuration. Starting in proxy mode allows iPrism administrators to make changes to the iPrism, only affecting proxied users. The internal interface receives a static IP address and subnet mask, along with the network adapter speed settings. Besides receiving all user traffic, it's from this interface that the iPrism is typically managed. This IP address should match the DNS host record mentioned earlier. The external interface is used when in transparent bridge mode. It is simply turned on. No IP address is assigned, as this is a bridging interface. Next, most iPrisms have an additional interface available, the management interface. This interface does not provide filtering services and is optionally used to manage the iPrism from an out-of-band secured subnet. In the name servers field, be sure to specify only internal DNS servers. These are usually the domain controllers in the directory services configurations. The default route, also known as the default gateway, should contain the IP address the iPrism would use for itself to get out to the internet. This is typically the internal IP address of your firewall. Static routes are used when intranet routing is implemented. For example, Layer 3 switches with separate VLANs that are used to connect and aggregate internal networks. In this example of static routes, Class C intranet routing is implemented, using the private range of 192.168, with the third octet representing each separate VLAN within the enterprise. The iPrism has been configured to send any traffic that matches the IP address and net mask directly to the Layer 3 switch, represented in the gateway address field as 192.168.1.254. Intranet-bound iPrism traffic includes authentication requests, block pages, as well as DNS and directory services communications. Static routes ensure that the iPrism does not request intranet routing information from its configured default route, creating what is sometimes referred to as hairpin routing, a potential cause of network latency. For more detailed information on static routes and many other network-related articles, please visit the St. Bernard Knowledge Base. Thanks for watching. For more tutorials, click on the info icon located at the bottom of this video player.